Good morning, guys. How are you? Let's look at our PBL packet. Remember, you can find this on the Spring ISD website. You don't have to print it. You can just copy everything from the website onto a piece of paper. So let's just kind of review what we were supposed to be doing. Okay, so for the most part, everyone turned in their assignment that was called, I'll take you right there right now. Let me see. Is that it? Is it? No. Okay, yeah. Everyone, for the most part, turn in this assignment right here. This one right here, which was the freedom speech or poster. We still do have this main idea assignment that I will read for you today. And all you have to do is just write down the main idea and a few details from it, okay? Again, you don't have to print this out. Okay, for this week, we're going to be looking at surveys, or I'm sorry, the survey questions and results. Okay, and then the survey report will be for later on this week. So let's let's go to the main ideas and details chart. So let's scroll over there. Remember, if you are asking yourself, how do you turn in this assignment? You can take a picture of it and you can send it to me. Okay. See if I can get rid of this. It might help. Okay. Okay. Oops. Not that easy, right, guys, to work with electronics. So much easier on paper. Okay, this is the main idea assignment. Let's just quickly look and see. Okay, so you're supposed to read this first, and then you have a chart that has a main idea. Here, you write the main idea of what you read and 3 supporting details. So 1, 2, and 3, okay? So can you do this on a separate sheet of paper? Of course. You just draw the diagram here. You just draw the rectangle right here, and then 3 supporting details. Okay, so let's go and read this passage. This is the passage. Let's look at the instructions. It says, think about and discuss with your teacher or friends. How do you think the person in the picture feels? What are the many feelings? What are the many meanings of the word freedom? What do you think it would feel like to live without freedom? Which freedoms are you most happy to have? Of course, we're not in school right now, so the easiest thing to do is that instead of talking to friends or your teacher, you can just talk to your parents about these questions and with your siblings, whoever you have in the class. Remember, we're still practicing social distancing. And social distancing is going to be a thing for a while, it looks like, guys, from what I can tell. Okay, so let me start reading over here. I'm going to start over here. It says, freedom is about far more than just being able to do what you want. Ultimately, freedom is about respecting the freedom of others. By taking away others' freedoms, people lock themselves in a prison of hatred. They restrict their own freedom. In order to have freedom, we must first respect others. For in the words of Dwight D. Eisenhower, to be true, here's a quote, to be true to one's own freedom, in essence, to honor and respect the freedom of others. Let me read that again. To be true to one's own freedom is, in essence, to honor and respect the freedom of others. Let me see paragraph 3. Nelson Mandela also thought about the true meaning of freedom. From the 1940s to the 1990s, the South African government oppressed Black South Africans by taking their freedoms away. Mandela believed that all people in South Africa deserved respect regardless of their skin color. Because he stood up to those in power, Mandela was in prison for 27 years in prison. So they put him in jail for that. Freedom to Mandela meant respecting others. Paragraph 4. So we have paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay, let me see. Paragraph 4. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I put that line there by mistake. Okay, paragraph 5. That looks like paragraph 5 right there. That looks like just one paragraph. It looks almost like it's double spaced. Okay. Respect is the key that releases us from the chains of hatred. Without respect, we cannot have freedom. When we hear the word freedom, we sometimes think about being in jail or being held captive. But it is so much more than that. Okay, so it looks like, to me, it looks like this is paragraph 5, and it looks like this is paragraph 6, okay? Yes, you can have a very small paragraph. It's not written perfect. I wouldn't have done it that way, but it looks like different ideas. So over here, it says respect is the key. So respect is the key that releases us from the chains of hatred. Without respect, we cannot have freedom. And then it looks like this final paragraph over here. It changes the idea. It starts off differently. So that's why I think it's another paragraph. It says, when we hear the word freedom, we sometimes think about being in jail or being held captive, but it is so much more than that. Okay, so what do you guys think is the main idea? Okay, what do you guys think is the main idea? What do all these paragraphs have in common? And remember, we want to look at the beginning part of the passage. We want to look at the end also, and we want to look at what connects all of them. What connects all of them? That's going to be your main idea. Let me see what it says over here. It says, read with parent support the preamble to the Constitution. Okay, remember that the Constitution is a document that was created around the time that the country was established, the United States of America. The Constitution basically is the law of the land. It basically says that everyone on this land is created equal and we all have freedom. And the preamble is what's read, or is what's on that document before all of your rights are listed. So this is the way the Constitution begins. It starts off like this. Remember, these are the people that are writing the laws, and they're thinking about, what is it that we need to say? What is it that we need to write? What are the rules that we need to think about to make everyone happy on this new land that we are going to call the United States of America? So it says, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. Blessings of liberty. Okay, liberty, that's your word for freedom. To ourselves and our posterity. Posterity just means for the future. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, signed 1787, ratified June 21st, 1788. So they signed it 1787, but it didn't become a law until 1788. Okay, ratified just means it became the law. Okay, so yes, let's continue. There, this is the an assignment that you can do. Okay, but now let's go to the survey. Okay, so this is the assignment for this week. The one before, that's let's consider that extra credit. It was due last week, and I would like for all of you to try it, to do it. Okay, so just remember, take a picture of the final product. Let's look at this next one here. It says, next, create a plan for how you will survey people to find out what freedom means to them. Okay, so let's see. So create a plan, and really, guys, you're going to be surveying people, and you're going to be asking them questions about what freedom means to them. List some people you are going to survey. Okay, who are you going to survey? And up to 3 to 5 questions you will ask them. Okay, so you can choose as many questions as you want. There's a template right below this document, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so let's look at some examples here. It says, when you conduct a survey, try to talk with people who have different backgrounds and experiences. Hector and Marlena are conducting a survey about freedom. This one looks very similar to the project you're going to be doing, the survey you're going to be doing. They can ask 4 people. Underline people who could provide an interesting mix of answers. Okay, so here's some data about the people that they chose. They chose a 12-year-old boy, a 64-year-old man, a 34-year-old man, a 72-year-old woman, and a 24-year-old woman. Okay, now who do you have around that you can contact? Now remember, the nice thing about a survey is that you can actually call them by phone too. So if you don't live with many people, maybe it's just you, your mom, and your dad, and maybe a little brother or a little sister that can't talk yet. Well, obviously, you're only going to be able to ask your mom and dad. But maybe you can call an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or even a friend if you get permission from your parents. And now, so I gave you some pieces of information that are interesting here. Like, for instance, okay, I underline pieces of information. For instance, at the top here, it says it's a 12-year-old boy. Okay. And they added something more. Okay. They added something more. It's a 12-year-old boy born in this country. Okay. So born in this country. That might be different than a 12-year-old boy born in another country. Okay. How about this one? It says 64-year-old man. But it's just not a 64-year-old man. It's a 64-year-old man living in another country. Okay? So a 64-year-old man in this country might sound different than a 64-year-old man living in another country. What about your parents? How old are they? Were they born here? Or were they born in another country? Were they born in the same country? Those are the kinds of pieces of information you may want to add to your survey to make it look nice. Okay, let's continue. Here's another example. I'm not gonna read this example because I don't want to confuse you. This is about we're gonna see the survey is about pet ownership. Okay, so you can read that. Definitely, if it makes you, if it clarifies things a little bit more for you, you can read that. I'm just not going to read it because I think that this example is the best. That's the one we're doing. Okay, assignment 3 due April 23rd. Why is it assignment 3? Well, the poster or speech is assignment 1. The main idea and details is assignment 2. And this is assignment 3. And this one is due this week by Friday, I believe. Let me see, the 23rd. Uh-oh, how embarrassing. I don't have the date right in front of me here. Yes, I do. Look, it's right there. It's Monday, April 20th. Okay, so then Thursday, it would be due Thursday. You see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes. Okay. Conduct a survey. It says conduct a survey. So basically, ask questions. And here's the important information. Here's what you're asking. What freedom means to friends, family members, and others. Okay, what freedom means to them, in other words. Okay, if you're going to ask both your mom and dad, well, then what freedom means to your family members. And if you include a friend, then what freedom means to your friend. Okay, but what freedom means. Okay, so let me just circle right there. What freedom means. First, think about the questions you will ask. Here are some sample questions. I don't have a problem if you use these questions. Okay, you can use as many as 3 to 5 questions. If you want to use all of these questions, that's fine. If you choose only 3, that's fine. If you choose only 4, that's fine. I don't have a problem if you use these questions. Okay, let's look at, because they're very good questions, honestly. So let's look at the first question. It says, what does freedom mean to you? Okay, so you're going to be asking, like, let's say you ask your dad, Dad, what does freedom mean to you? And you're going to have a sheet of paper. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks kind of like this. Okay, this is the template. You can recreate this. You don't have to print it out. It says freedom survey, person I surveyed. Okay, so person I asked. Surveyed is just fancy for asked. And then questions. So you would write the questions here. It gives you room for 3 questions. However, you can ask more. And then you're going to write down their answers. So let's go back to the first one. Dad, what does freedom, remember this one over here. Dad, what does freedom mean to you? And there is no right or wrong answer, guys. Your dad, whoever you ask, is going to answer in their own unique way. Unique, special, okay? In their own special, unique way. And all you will do is you will write their answer in this area here. Okay, now this is not a good template because look, it's small, it has very little room, so you're better off copying it onto a sheet of paper. You're better off doing it on your own sheet of paper, because let's say the first person that you ask, maybe this person has a lot to say. Okay, what if this person has a lot to say? I mean, you need like 2 or 3 lines for each question. And let's pretend that maybe the second person that you asked has less things to say. So that's why it's better if you recreate it with your own sheet of paper. One thing I will add is that person I surveyed, right there, you can say, for example, I asked Dad. Okay, and let's say Dad is born somewhere else. Okay, so let's say Dad age. Let's include the age. Age is good. Dad age 45, born. You don't have to write the country they're born. You can just say born in another country. Another country. Or you can say something like maybe in the United States, born in another country. I was running out of room there. In another country, maybe you can even say living. Let me erase that. Okay, so you can say Dad, age 45, born in another country. Or you can say something like Dad, age 45, living here 5 years, let's say. Okay. You just want to put information that makes the person that you are asking questions, that you are surveying, more interesting. Okay, because if you just put dad, you ask dad, then that's fine. But it would be more interesting if I knew, okay, so this person has a different take on the subject because they were born in another country. What if the country they were born in isn't very free? Like, for instance, well, I'm not going to give examples, but let's just say that more information, the better. Okay. Okay. So once you have well, let me look again and see how many people they said. We're going to be asking, listen, people you're going to survey. Okay. So it doesn't say how many you're going to survey, but let's say, ask, can I write? Yes, I can. There it is. Ask at least, let's ask at least 3 persons. Okay. And I'll give you some advice as people that are at a older age, like maybe an 8-year-old might not exactly know, but you can try. It might be interesting. Okay. I'm not going to say no, but you can try. So that's the survey. That's what's due. Let's try to get this done, guys, by Wednesday, so that we can continue with. It would be great if you can have it done by tomorrow, guys. It would be really good if you can have it done by tomorrow, because then there is another assignment. I'll make another video for this one. This is a report. Okay, so it says assignment 4 due April 23rd. It says create a report based on the surveys of what it means to be free. Once you have your survey responses, think about a format for your report. Okay, so you can write an essay, like a composition. Okay, so think about a format. So you can write an essay. It has over here written report, a photo story, a video recording. Okay, I'll let you decide if you want to do a video recording or a photo story. But a written report might be a good choice because it's easier to turn in. In a written report might look a lot like, I'll show you. Sorry guys, this technology is no. Okay. In a written report may look like this. Okay. Remember this passage we read? No, that's not it. I'm sorry. Why? Well, no. Let me see, where is it? Okay. The report might look like this. Okay. It might look like this. It might say freedom is about far more than just being able to do what you want. Okay. Remember how over here they had different people talking about freedom? Let me use my highlighter to show you the different people that were speaking here. Okay. They had Dwight D. Eisenhower. They had Nelson Mandela. They had their own personal opinions. Oops. So like, let's say over here, this is a personal opinion. Over here is another opinion. Okay. So your essay, your composition might look something like this. Okay. Of course, a lot more neater, right? Because I scribbled all over it. But just notice that it has different persons here. Okay, let's continue. And if you want to include yourself in the survey, that is fine. But I guess that'll be fine. Okay, so let's go back to these questions. What questions can you ask? Okay, so what does freedom mean to you? What freedoms do you have? Okay, if you're a child, you probably have less freedoms than an adult. what freedoms do you want to have? Okay, like would you want to have the freedom to never go to school again? I mean, those are questions. There's nothing wrong with asking that question. Why is freedom important? Okay, that's a very good question. Why is freedom important? Okay, I think that I would definitely use that question. What does it feel like to live without freedom? You might have family members that have lived in a country where they have not had freedom, or maybe someone that maybe have been to jail. Okay, maybe they lost their freedom. When people go to jail, they lose their freedom, and that would be a great person to ask. What does it feel like when you lose your freedom? That would be a very interesting person to ask. Okay, so again, here is a template of how it looks. You can pause it. So you have the question you asked, let's say, then you have the response. So you're going to choose at least 3 questions, and you're going to get the responses. Okay, and then notes over here. Maybe you can add a little bit more background information. Like you might be able to say, this person that I asked, maybe he served in the military, or maybe this person has been to jail, or maybe this person comes from a country where he or she didn't have freedoms. Or you can just say that when I was asking these questions, this person cried, or this person got emotional. And you and guys, you know, you don't have to write down their names. It's not about knowing who they are. It's just a survey. It's just to kind of value. It's really about valuing freedom. It's really about kind of getting to know the concept of freedom. Okay, so this is the assignment. Hopefully you guys can have it done by Tuesday. Again, tomorrow I will be going more into detail on the report. Okay, I will be going more into detail on the report. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see a lot of responses. Remember, you can text the composition papers. I'm sorry, you can text the surveys to me. Okay, once you've conducted your survey. What else? Well, I just wanted to tell you guys that I miss you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and stay happy, stay positive. Soon we will be back to normal. Okay, guys?